All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace blessed to your brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity. All right, Shalom to the elect. So it's the brother Samak coming to you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, as you can tell from the title of this video, right, I'm going to entitle it somewhere around the lines of we are obsessed with prophecy, but why not? Okay, because why are we obsessed with prophecy? You know, what is the big obsession with prophecy? Why is brothers always going into prophecy? Brothers always going to the scriptures about this, about that. Why are brothers always talking about the MOTB, Jacob's Trouble? Really, the MOTB is one of the main topics we talk about, right? And one of the main reasons why we constantly talk about the MOTB, right, is because that is basically the finale prophecy that we're waiting for. Okay, you know, outside of, you know, the famine of the word, Jacob's trouble, you know, and chaos, you know, the prophecies, you know, of like second Esdras 15, 16, different things like that. You know, a lot of those prophecies in those times, the MOTB kind of engulfs all of that, okay? Because the MOTB is going to be the final stamp right before the missiles come. So the missiles coming is going to be a quick thing, right? And then once the missiles come, we get beamed up into the chariots. We know this. But before that, it's going to become what? The great trying of our faith, right? The great hour of temptation, which is that what? That's going to come upon the whole earth, which is going to be that MOTB, right? When Esau, Edom try to put that chip in people, man. You know, you choose to be a part of the system, or you choose to be a part of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And ultimately prophecy goes into what? Salvation. So we're obsessed with prophecy because we're obsessed with salvation. All right. And if you claim to be in this truth and you claim to be a believer and a faithful servant, the main thing that you're going to be focused on is prophecy. Right? Well, first and foremost, of course, repenting and living more righteously. And second, prophecy. Because obviously, what good is prophecy if you're still putting on wickedness and you're not in a repentful, remorseful spirit? You're going to be destroyed, you know, if that's the spirit you're in. But if you're in a repentful, remorseful spirit, you're striving after righteousness, then prophecy is the next thing that's on your mind, because that's going to ultimately lead to what? Your salvation, right? And ultimately what? We come in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? And Yahweh Shai was all about his father's business, all right, which his father is Yahweh, right? Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, right, the Creator, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? So Yahweh Shai is in the spirit of his father, right? And Yahweh Shai is ultimately what? The word made flesh, right? So when you go into the word, the main encompass of the word is prophecy. You know, that's one of the most fulfilling things the Most High did, is he gave his prophets the future events to come. And when those things came, it shows what? The people, that they know that what a prophet was among them when those things come to pass. So let's go ahead and start here in Revelations 19:10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, right? And it's going into Yahweh Shai. It says, and he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, worship the Most High, right? Because we worship, right? We have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, right? And we worship the Most High. This is for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So if you are a follower of Yahweh Shai, right? As Christians like to call themselves followers of Christ, one of the main things that makes you an actual follower of Yahweh Shai is being in the spirit of prophecy, because Yahweh Shai was about prophecy. Yahweh Shai first came, of course. Well, Yahweh Shai coming was prophecy in itself. That's number one. And then he came to what? To give what? The gospel, the grace, to tell, you know, to bring the spirit that Israel needs to get right. And you have an opportunity, because following that, great wrath and destruction is coming upon his place. All right, he's going to be the one to come back and send destruction and wage war with the nations, right, under the tutelage of his father Yahweh, right? Who Yahweh is the one who calls the shots. He's the playmaker. He's the one who wrote the story, and Yahushua is the producer. All right, Yahushua was he was put in charge of the production of the prophecies that Yahweh had wrote of. Okay, so look at it like that. Yahweh is the writer, right? He's the writer of the story, and Yahushua was entrusted with the production process, so he's the producer. Okay, so Yahushua is coming under the tutelage of Yahweh, and he's coming to fulfill prophecy. Yahushua itself is the embodiment of prophecy. Okay, so of course we're obsessed with prophecy, right? Because we are followers of Yahushua. We strive to be after Yahushua, and ultimately trickles down to what I'm gonna go into next is prophecy is our salvation, right? The kingdom of heaven is prophecy. All the things that have to come all pertain to what? The kingdom, which is going to be our salvation, or the kingdom rather is the reward, right? Because ultimately our salvation is the new spiritual bodies, which are bodies that are incapable of sin, which therefore means we're incapable of death, all right? Which then means our ways only lead unto life. Okay, he's going to put the wisdom and knowledge of all things into our minds. He's going to write the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts. So our bodies are literally going to be formed of the law, statutes, commandments in a way, to the point where it's going to be impossible for us to sin. The thought of you doing something wicked or sinful is not going to be capable of even crossing your mind. So you can't even sit here and think about doing something wicked. It's not possible. It's like a program, right? If you program an AI to do something, it's only going to be able to do what it was programmed to do. Okay, a computer or whatever the case is can't do anything that it wasn't programmed to do, and generally, right? So that's how our bodies are going to be. They're going to be programmed to not sin, because what we're going to have the complete willpower and control over all things, right? So there's not going to be lust. That hormone and feeling is not going to exist amongst the Israelites in the kingdom, right? All of the mortal emotions and feelings and hormones, right? Dopamine, gluttonous, hunger, pain, sorrow, complacency, whatever. None of those things are going to exist. The only feeling that we're going to have is euphoria, right? Because we're going to have the excellency and beauty of all things, man. And prophecy is what leads unto us having that, and then everything that comes with that, the kingdom of heaven, the control over the elements, man, the inheritance of land and planets and universe, the ability to do anything that your heart and your mind desires, man. If you always wanted to go deep sea diving and swimming with animals in the ocean, you can do that. Your body is going to be capable of going to the deepest depths of the ocean, right? You're going to be able to see underwater. You're not going to need to breathe. So I'm not even going to say you're going to be able to breathe underwater. It's not going to be a need to breathe, right? The human anatomy, right, of needing oxygen, breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide, and needing that to breathe in order to pump the heart and circulate blood. All that shit, bro, is out of the, listen. That's mortal stuff, right? That's terrestrial. But we're going to have a celestial body. Now, not to ramble on that, that's going to bring me to my next point, right? Let's go right over here. This is 1 Peter chapter 1. And let's start up at 7. It says, the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach, right? The appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach. When Yahushua comes back in his glory, all right, that's prophecy. Yahushua coming back in his glory is going to be a beautiful sight. It's going to be the most impactful, the most glorious event to ever take place known to man, all right? And it's going to be the greatest act of power, of glory, of fame, whatever you can think of, is going to be the greatest act that's going to be praised and talked about and celebrated forever, right? Verse 8, whom having not seen ye love, and whom though now ye see him not, ye believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory. Right, we haven't seen Yahushua yet, but we love him. All right, we haven't seen Yahweh, yet we love him. All right, we haven't seen the glory and excellency of Yahushua firsthand. We haven't seen the miracles of Yahushua firsthand, right? But yet we have faith and we believe in it. That's why the Most High is going to bless the elect so much, because what we have believed and have not seen. You know, Lord willing, I be of that number. And likewise, you brothers and sisters listening to this, man. Lord willing, we be of the elect. But I'm going to say we, and I'm going to speak in that manner because what? It's all out through faith, okay? You know how they say in the world, speak it into existence, or manifestation, destination, or whatever, you know? Hey, I believe that the reason why I'm doing this work, and I have faith, and I'm doing this very lesson right now, is because of prophecy, right? It was prophesied that what? We will wake up and remember ourselves and think upon the Lord in the land of our captivity. And also what? Matter of fact, I'm going to jump over here real quick, and then I'm going to come back to 1 Peter. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. It's a perfect segue. And the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. Matter of fact, Salaki, I'm going to start up. 14 and 31. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted, right? We're comforted through what? The prophecies, right? Romans 15 and 4, right? These prophecies were written so that we can read upon them and we can look upon them and we can have hope and that we can be comforted, right? Through what? As we see the signs come to pass, the people, when they see war and famine and destruction, they mourn, right? Why? Ultimately because they have no faith. They have no hope in anything, right? They think that this world is going to go on forever. They think that they need to have war amongst the way life is now. But we seek a righteous kingdom and we seek a different way of life, right? So we understand that throughout these things must have come to pass, and at the end of these things are going to come what? A glorious and righteous kingdom that is directly ruled by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and then the men he appoints under him. And it says the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Exactly. So a spirit of a prophet is going to be subject unto the prophet. Very simple. You know, if you don't resonate with the prophets and the prophecies, it's because you don't have the spirit of a prophet. You were not, your spirit 9 times out of 10 doesn't go back to a prophet in previous times. And there were more, and a prophet is just someone who says something before it happens, right? Prophecy just means to say, to prophesy means to say before. So just you speaking on, you can prophesy one thing and that makes you a prophet, right? And you're going to have guys that don't consider us prophets, right? And I like to consider us more of teachers than anything, right? But at the end of the day, we are still prophets, even though we're regurgitating the prophecies that were already written. We expound on those prophecies with things that are not directly written, based on what the world that is to come and then the world that we see now. So in a way, we're still prophets. All right, we're coming in the spirit of the prophets, and a good portion of brothers were prophets in their previous life. There are more prophets than those that are just in here in the scriptures. All right, even if a brother would prophesy a small thing, a prophecy is a prophecy, whether it's a major or a minor prophecy. If you speak on something before it happens, that is a prophecy. And all the prophecies came by what? The will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Back in 1 Peter 1, and I believe I'm at verse 9, it says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of grace that should come unto you, right? The salvation of the prophets, because through the prophecies comes the salvation of the prophets and the elect and the nation of Israel. All right, also the destruction of the wicked. So you damn right we're obsessed with prophecy. We're obsessed with prophecy because prophecy was going to usher in a new world. Okay, Proverbs 29 and 2 says, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. And we're under a wicked ruler. That's why we're mourning. And even the people that are in this world that are not in this faith are mourning. Most people are in mourning. Only people, and even, I was going to say the rich are the only ones that are not, but even they're in mourning. Okay. Only people who are not in mourning are the wicked elites who run this world. Okay, they are in the power seat, and they're doing everything desperately they can to keep their power. And even they're low-key mourning inside, because what they ultimately know the prophecies, and they know what's to come, and they're trying to stop the prophecy from happening when it's not going to work. All right, so we seek that righteous kingdom to come, so we're going to be obsessed with that. And we know that the scriptures say, pray for a few days, right? That the kingdom is going to come, because what? It's already prepared. So we're praying and watching, and we're warning our people. So we're constantly watching. So that's what being obsessed with prophecy, because we're looking for the signs and the wonders. Yahweh Shai said, when you see the fig tree, you know that summer is nigh. All right, so we're looking for all the signs and wonders and things that align with prophecy, so we can know where we are in time and what's next to come. All right, so Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. Until next time, shalom.